Welcome back to Kevin Toll Reads. I hope you're doing well. This is my weekly wrap up. I am excited to wrap this week up because this week was it was busy. Very, very busy on multiple fronts, and we'll talk about that. But let's dive right in and talk about books last week. I finished the last two books and the last episode of Saturday Shorts for Indie Author August, also showcasing indie authors. I did my book review for The Sunken Door by the outlaw Levi Wallace, gave it a 4.4. Deadly Price by Nikki Mulatto, also gave it a 4.4. And I read an entry chapter and three subsequent chapters in Talendor's Guest by, Charles McGarry, otherwise known as Bookish Chaz, for Saturday Shorts. Average rating was a 4.3. It was another solid reading week. And I finished listening to, on Audible, The Devils by Joe Abercrombie. And I'll be doing a book review later in September for this book. I know it's got a lot of mixed reviews, and I don't want to even foreshadow what my thoughts were. But let's just say that, I liked this one. I mean, did I like this one? Yeah, I like this one. But we'll get into that when the time comes. So it was a great reading week, finishing the Audible book, then jumping in and finishing out Indie Author August. Melancholy, but yet glad that I got that accomplished. And it just was a great, I just picked some great books. But we'll talk about that tomorrow when my recap and lessons learned video drops. And so let's dive right in and talk about videos last week. So I did two book reviews, book review for Levi and for Nikki's book. I did a book review, a book tag from Bob. I did my reshuffled TBR, that's from upcoming reading, my weekly wrap from last week, and Saturday Shorts for Chaz. So 6 videos last week. Busy, busy week. In terms of BookTube Community, and it was another great week in terms of engagement, things going on. The following people were people that commented this week, and those were Tina, Gus, Bonanza, Brandon, Richard Adcock, Lou G, Graf Fuller, Fainer27, Nicole's Bookish Nook, Bing Lamb, Brian the Lesser, Faceless, Stephen Everett 7, Marlicia Muses, Fainer27, which I already said, got that on there twice, Read and Reread, Writing for Jesus, Patty Page, Josh Dean, Just Dawn 6288, Bookish Chaz, Joshua Crebo Reads, Talia Nerds Out, M Reads, A Continuing Education, Books I'm Not Reading, Michael EE4UZ, Cobalt Dragon, John Malcolm, Cliff Stark Gems, Vin's Corner, Book Buds, Jeff's Cave of Cool Books, Mystery and Mayhem, The Book Graveyard, The Outlaw Levi Wallace, Some Other Character, Bookworm Adventure Girl, Book Chat with Pat, and Free Indeed. It was a great week. I had a couple of comments I wanted to showcase, both related to Bob's book tag. It was all around if I owned a bookstore. And I did my kind of take and my thoughts. I really like the tags that you get to really just talk. You know, it's it's just discussion rather than just holding a book and answering the prompt. I really like those. And I've been gravitating towards those because I've really pulled back on doing tags. Long ago are the days I was launching 2 tag videos every Tuesday. And so, Brian the Lesser made this comment, which I thought was interesting and made comment of the week, as well as Michael from Michael EE4UZ. He also had a comment there I thought was really indicative all around if I owned a bookstore tag. And I thought that was really cool. I wanted to showcase their comments, their kind of thoughts as well for comment of the week. In terms of life updates, so work was super busy, as you know. I've been walking on the trails a bunch. The girls and I visited Casey, Illinois, and if you don't know much about Central Illinois, there is a town, Casey, Illinois, probably less than 3,000 people in it, but it's a home of Guinness World Records for big things. And so we went to visit the big stuff in Casey, Illinois. Sharing some pictures with Tess and Abby. They had a great time visiting different things like the biggest knitting needles, the biggest rocking chair, the biggest seesaw, the biggest ruler, the biggest pencil, and it's a very interesting kind of tourist attraction. And there's shopping, little shops and little eateries and candy shops and ice cream. And it's a great tourist attraction in East Central Illinois. So yeah, we went in there as well. Another big news too, Carly's class is going real well as she's teaching 5th grade, but she did let me know that the class would be reading as kind of a class group reading. They would be reading The Bridge to Terabithia in the coming weeks. And I talked about doing kind of a review and having her give me ideas on what she would like me to showcase, and doing a YouTube video after reading the book along with the class, and kind of giving something for them to watch and talk about Miss T's class. And so I thought that's going to be pretty cool, and something that's going to be coming in the coming weeks. So be on the lookout for that as well, probably September, October-ish. I'm really excited about that too. In terms of BookTuber Spotlight this week, I have two. Elaine, the wonderful, always positive, lovely lady Elaine from up in Canada, from her YouTube channel is Cobalt Dragon. She recently eclipsed the 500 subscriber mark and did a live event, and I just wanted to kind of shout her out. She's always wonderful, very positive, and does a lot of cool different things, jumps on different live streams, does tags, talks about books, has discussions. Great YouTube channel. You definitely should check out Elaine. And then the other one was Tracy at Tracy's Nordic Light. And so Tracy is one that I recently been made aware of because she did a response video to my Let Me Know on the BookTube effect. And she did a really great video giving her thoughts and responses. And she has a fantastic voice. It's just very soothing and calming. And she has a great eye for aesthetics as well. And yeah, I definitely think if you haven't checked out her channel, Tracy's Nordic Light is another great booktuber you should check out as well. And so moving on, let's talk a little bit about upcoming reading and videos. And so in terms of upcoming reading, I am going to be reading, and I actually already started listening to this book, but it's The Poet by Michael Connolly. It is book number 5 in the Bosch universe and part of my new reshuffled TBR. I'm also, because of Chaz, Bookish Chaz, and reading some of his tales of Talendor's Guest for Saturday Shorts, I need to finish that book because it's hooked me. And so I read some last night. I'm going to be reading some more tonight, and I'm going to hopefully over the course of this holiday weekend knock out Talendor's Guest from Charles McGarry, otherwise known as Bookish Chaz. It's just a really cool concept, telling tales to a dragon by a wizard. It's just really cool. If you haven't seen my Saturday Shorts where I talk a little bit about the first 3 tales and the first chapter, the setup, you definitely should. And then in terms of upcoming Saturday Shorts, Stephen Everett 7, one of my long-term subscribers, frequent commenter, he mentioned Frederick Brown in short stories. And so this coming Saturday, I'm going to showcase some short stories from Frederick Brown, and it's a first for me. So I've been kind of online looking at, what's some of his more well-known and highly rated short stories to see. And I've picked up several different collections on the cheap on Kindle Unlimited. And so, yeah, I'm really excited about trying out a new author and getting back into some Saturday Shorts as well. In terms of videos this week, it is going to be my weekly wrap-up. Obviously, the recap of Indie Author August comes out on Monday. And then I have another Let Me Know video coming out on, I believe, Wednesday is when I have that scheduled for. Yes, Wednesday. And I'm really excited about that as well because, yeah, I think it covers a interesting topic, especially lately when I've been looking at some of the analytics on my channel and hearing some opinions of some other booktubers that I'm friends with as well. So you don't want to miss that as well. And then obviously Saturday Shorts, it's going to be definitely a drop down in video content, but I am really excited for September, just reading books and giving you book reviews, honestly. I probably am not going to be doing a lot of tags or a lot of special videos in the month of September. I'm going to try to definitely dial back a little bit and catch my breath and take my foot off the gas a little bit. But I'm going to be hopefully reading a lot of great stuff, and I'm going to be excited to talk about it in book reviews. So more to come on that. In terms of on the horizon, like I mentioned, definitely a lot of books, a lot of book reviews. But I do have a book haul that will be coming as well. That's going to be on the horizon. I've got a bunch of books on the ground here that I've been inventorying, and so I'm ready to start recording and give you my thoughts as well. Lastly, I want to thank again everyone who participated in Indie Author August. I do thank people in my video tomorrow, but I just wanted to throw it out there as well. If I don't mention you in my video tomorrow, make sure you let me know. I definitely want to give you your just dues. And that, my friends, is my weekly wrap up from this past week. What a week. And I think I say that every week. But yeah, I'm ready for just some nice chill reading and some book reviews. That's what I'm up for. Yeah. Maybe a book tag here or there. We'll see. But I hope you're having a great week. It's Labor Day weekend. Hopefully you're getting extra time off and you're enjoying it with family and friends and some enjoyable reading. So enjoy this week. I will talk to you all later. Thanks.